Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop and welcome to the March 2024 shop update. At the time of recording this is the 13th of March, so I'm actually doing this one quite early in the month compared to some of the more recent ones which I have been doing towards the end of the month. The reason I wanted to do this one early is because there hasn't really been all that many changes since the last one, and there may not be many until the next one. So I just thought, do it earlier this month, leave more of a gap up until the next shop update, where hopefully, there will be a lot more to show. So as far as tools and everything are concerned, haven't really bought anything new. The only thing I had bought quite recently, which I did briefly mention in the February shop update, is my router table. So let me just show you that now, a bit closer up than last time. So as you can see, it's quite a small piece of kit, but for the work I do, this is fine. I don't need a big sort of industrial sized router table. This is fine for my needs. So we've got the fence on here, which is secured by a couple of wing nuts, and obviously you can see the slide rails in there, so that will slide backwards and forwards. We've also got this little gizmo on here as well for angled cuts and all the rest of it. The bolt pattern, screw pattern in here on the table, luckily one of the patterns matched up perfectly with my router. I guess there is generically only sort of two main bolt or screw patterns on most routers. It's also got this set up in the middle for dust extraction, which I thought was a cool little feature. Just a little plastic shroud, oh dear, which is kind of concaved in the middle so that it doesn't get in the way of your work. And I've added this little adapter in the back to accept my vacuum hose. It's just a can't even remember what that was from, but some kind of adapter anyway, which I just wrapped a bit of tape round because it was a loose fit and just wedged it in there, and that works just fine. So I just put my vacuum hose in the back of there for dust extraction. So I can't remember what I paid for this, but it was pocket change. It really was really cheap, well under a tenner. And it's aluminium construction, and as you can see, it's 5 or 6 mil thick. I mean, there's a decent amount of weight to it for aluminium, and it's a good little table, and it's going to be absolutely ideal for the kind of things that I do on this piece of equipment. So pretty happy with that. Now, the other thing that has arrived recently is my little air conditioning unit. Now, we've got a proper redneck setup right now. It's sitting on top of a large box, which is sitting on top of a plastic storage container. The reason being, the exhaust pipe that came with it, that up there, wasn't long enough to reach my outlet, which is almost at the ceiling height. It's only like a 1.6, 1.7 meter exhaust hose, and I needed about 3 meters. So I've got it rigged up like this for now. There's my drainage set up there as well. So yeah, I've got it set up like that for now. I have got a longer pipe on order, a 3 meter pipe. So obviously I'll redo it and set this down on the floor where it should be. But it's okay for now. And if we go, so you see, the exhaust pipe goes into the outlet there, and then here's the door for the back room. So if we just take a look in here, just put the light on. So where it comes through the other side of the wall, I've actually got a piece of old water mains pipe just hanging. I don't know if you can see it, suspended by a couple of plastic straps which are screwed into the ceiling. And then, you know, the end of the pipe goes towards the extractor fan, and I've just got that on to pull all the air out. And around this end, I've just, because obviously it was at an angle, I've just put some ducting tape, not duct tape, ducting tape, around there just to kind of, you know, seal up the gap a bit. There is a little bit of a gap in that side, you can't really see it, but that is to allow the air to draw through. If it's all completely sealed, sometimes, you know, it basically causes a vacuum and you can't, the air won't go through. So yeah, as I said, a proper redneck setup right now, but it works. And as I said, I've got a longer exhaust pipe on order, so you know I'll set this down on the floor. Well, let me just turn that light off in the storeroom. Now, yeah, so you can probably see that better than I can, but all the controls are in Chinese. The little instruction manual that came with it is all in Chinese, so I had to kind of figure it out, how to use it. Luckily, the little remote that came with it is fairly straightforward. It's got, you know, symbols on it, which are pretty simple enough to work out. Now, the problem is when I was looking for these machines, I found this one on a online shopping site that I use all the time called Lazada. Get everything from there basically. Now, it was advertised as a 12,000 BTU mobile air conditioned unit, which is about the same BTU as most of the others we've got around, you know, the other buildings in the school, etc., and in my music shop. So when it arrived and I got it all set up as it is now, and I tried it, I basically put it on for a couple of hours and left the room, and then came back and thought, oh, that's not that cool. So I found the part number of this machine, and I basically Googled it, and after doing some research, this machine is not 12,000 BTU, it's 1,200 watts, and you know, the read-up I've done on this particular model is somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 BTU. So little wonder it's not really working very well. I mean, 4,000 to 5,000 BTU is rated for anything up to about 12 square meters. Well, this room, I was going to measure it before I did this, but I think it's about 25 square meters, maybe a bit more. Actually, do I have my tape measure? Yeah, okay. I'm going to quickly measure up now just to see what size this room is. So bear with me for a minute. Okay, so the width, let's see. Okay. Right. The width is almost 5 meters, 4.7 to be precise. So unless the length is less than 3 meters, which I know it isn't, that's going to explain things. So just run the same measure up to the other end. So we'll call it 4 meters wide and 5.5 long. So yeah, about somewhere between 20 and 25 square meters. So even if I had 2 of these air conditioning machines, these 4,000 to 5,000 BTU, even if I had 2 of them, they would struggle to keep this room cool enough. So I'm a bit disappointed with that. I mean, it does make a difference, but nowhere near as much as I was wanting it to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just use it for now, and you know, when the budget is a little bit stronger, my budget, I will get a proper you know, wall or ceiling mounted unit installed. which obviously will cost a lot more than this one, but this was a waste of money for here. It's just not working. So I'll stick with it for now, and then when I've got some spare money, I'll get a proper wall-mounted one installed. And this one, I might take it home because we've got air conditioning at home, but only in the bedroom. And our house, more of a bungalow really, it's kind of like a tunnel. So you come in at the living room, go through a door into the kitchen, then sort of dining room area, and then through another door into the bedroom. So in the evenings, we will have the air conditioner on and all the doors open, but by the time you get to the living room, which is where I sit in the evening, it's not doing very much. So if I take this one and put it in there, that should, because that's a much smaller room than this room, so that should be fine. So like I said, I'm going to stick with it for now until I can afford to get a proper one installed in here, and then, as I said, probably take this one home. I'm not going to go through the hassle of sending it back and everything because it's just a pain. I'll just stick with it. Like I said, it'll do for now. Okay, so that's it as far as the actual workshop itself is concerned. Let me just plug the charger in before this battery dies. Bear with me a sec. Hopefully without stopping the video. Okay, good. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is upcoming projects. I've got a couple of things in the pipeline. Just camera down a bit. I had been, sort of thinking about what I wanted to do next, and on the bench at the back there, you can probably see a guitar right there. That's one of the guitars from my shop, and it's in the workshop for a bridge repair, brand new guitar. So I will obviously make separate videos about that. That's going to be an interesting project, whichever way I decide to do it. And so that's one thing I've got to do. So I've got to do a bridge repair on that guitar over there. And that's going to take priority because as I said, it's one of the guitars from my shop, and I don't have much in stock at the moment, so I need to make sure that everything I do have is in good working order. I will explain about that in the actual video for that, why it's in the workshop and what I'm going to do. My regular viewers will know about the cookie tin ukuleles I've been making, have made. And as I said, a previous customer had bought one a couple of years ago and then bought another one recently and said that they wanted me to build anything between 5 and 10 more for them. Great, commission builds and all that. So I put some prices together for them and, said what I could do. Started to gather some of the pieces I'll need to make them, and they've basically gone quiet. I've not heard from them again. Happens a lot in Thailand. So I'm not that bothered. I mean, I'd already made 2. And taking the photographs to show them, this is the sort of thing I'll be doing, and they've gone quiet. Fair enough. Those are in the shop for sale. I really don't care. But because when I ordered some of the parts, I ordered 5 ukulele kits, which basically come with the neck and fretboard, and the body, and a bag with all the hardware in. Tuners, bridge, strings, etc., etc. Excuse me. So I'd ordered 5 of them, and I've already used 2 of the necks, actually on my the wooden body banjoleles with the decorative band around them, because I took the necks off of those to make the cookie tin ukuleles. And again, regular viewers of mine will know about the extensions that I put on the necks to help with bridge placement. So I've used 2 of them. I've got 3 left. 1, 2, 3 necks with the fretboards, but 5 of these bodies, because I didn't use the bodies. I'll come back to that in a minute. So yeah, so I've got the three necks and fretboards, the 3 sets of hardware left. So I'm going to make another 3 cookie tin ukuleles. I'm not going to make any more than that for now, but I'm going to make 3 more. So the tins I've got for these, I've got this nice decorative tin in a rectangle shape with pretty flowers on it. Now, most of the others I've done before have been a round tin, and it's really, you know, although I know how to do it now, it's quite problematic getting the neck to fit. So this one being rectangle, obviously the top and bottom and the sides are flat. So it should be a bit easier to make one from this. And once again, it's kind of hard to tell, but I will need to extend the neck again on this one, because this tin is not very long. It's what, 7 or 8 inches long. So I will need to extend the neck for this one. You know, these are all soprano necks, by the way, but I still need to extend them. So I've got this tin, and it's a bit dusty, but I've got this one as well, which is square. It looks bigger, but it's actually no longer, if anything, probably slightly shorter than this rectangle one. So, and again, because of flat sides, much easier to fit the neck, which again, I will have to extend. I mean, you can see the body just isn't long enough even for these soprano necks. So I'll need to extend the necks for these 2, definitely. Now, I have got many other tins. All but one of them are round, and one of them is kind of semicircle, and that one's a bit too big, really. But the other one I have is this lovely looking tin. It's, you know, very pretty design on it, and it's a heart shape. It is a little bit battered and worn, but I quite like that. As you, again, regular viewers will know about me, I like the lived-in look. So yeah, I've got this one, heart-shaped. Now, this is going to be a bitch to fit the neck to, because of the, you know, the shape of this. This is going to be a nightmare. And I've also just noticed, literally just now, that the lid doesn't fit very well here. There's a big gap there, so I'm going to have to sort that out as well. So yeah, that is going to be a bit of a nightmare to do that one. And once again, I will have to extend the neck. Again, you can see it's just too short. So for all 3 of these, I'm going to have to extend the neck. That's not a problem. I've done those. I know how to do it. It's relatively easy. Fitting the necks on these is going to be pretty easy. Fitting the neck on this is going to be a joke. It's going to be a real pig. Because I'm probably going to have to put, you know, like a wooden piece in here, which fits this contour, but flat across the top. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. So, so that will probably be the extension of the neck. I'll put quite a big piece in, and then shape that to this. And I'm also going to have to strengthen the inside of all of these tins, neck and heel block, and you know, I'll have to do the same inside here. These will be a piece of cake, flat piece of wood, job done. These I'm going to have to, you know, shape to these contours, top and bottom. So that's going to be a real challenge to do that. But if I do, you know, get over all the challenges and get it done, that's going to be freaking awesome. So that's another of the projects I'll be doing. So what that leaves me with now is 5 of these soprano ukulele bodies. Now, they're not high quality, they're all plywood, but they're okay. You know, these have got the hole in the top to fit the neck with a dowel, which I would never do anyway. Or at least I would use 2, you know, wouldn't be very secure like that. So, what do I do with these? Any ideas, any suggestions? I've got 5 of these, identical light coloured plywood soprano ukulele bodies. Now, there's no bracing inside these. The only thing there is inside here, there's a bridge plate, which feels about 2, maybe 3 millimeters thick, and that's going to be plywood as well. So like I said, these are not high quality, but what can I do with these? 5 of them. Obviously, there's no necks with these because I'm using these for the cookie tin ukuleles. So these. Ooh, that's my drainage cup just fallen from the air condition. Let me just sort that out quick. 1 second. Okay, not too much mess, mate. Yeah, I've got just a plastic cup hanging on the drainage pipe for the water, and it's just fallen off, but it's not made too much mess. Yeah, so 5 of these soprano ukulele bodies. Any suggestions, any ideas what I can do with these? I mean, I've got a few ideas myself, but one thought I did have was to perhaps try and make a double neck. You know, like sort of cut the bodies and kind of, not like that, but join them together. You imagine two bodies joined together and make a double neck. That might be an interesting project. You know, I can also remove the back and open it up. Can I do something with that? I don't know. So, you know, a double neck is a possible idea. You know, sort of cut the two like that and join them together, kind of something like that. You know, but because they're soprano bodies, I can't make like a standard ukulele and a bass, for example. But you know, it wouldn't be long enough for a bass. So, any ideas? Any suggestions? It doesn't have to be a double neck, double body. You know, I've got 5 of these to work with. It might be an idea to keep 1 or 2 of them as spare ukulele bodies, and I probably will do. I'll probably keep 2 of them, maybe, and paint them, and do some engraving on here with my laser engraver. You know, do a nice picture on each of them. So I might do 2 of them with that as spare ukulele bodies, which will still leave me 3. Any ideas? What can I do with them? Any suggestions would be awesome. So, I'm going to wrap it up for this. This is basically supposed to be a shop update. It was nothing of the kind. Not really. Well, it was, but you know, it's really, I was talking more about the projects, and like I said, these ukulele bodies, I want to do something with them. So if any of you have got any ideas, please leave it in the comments, as many as possible, please. Yeah, let's see where we can go with those. So, like I said, my next project now is going to be that guitar bridge repair, and obviously I'll go into a lot of detail explaining why I'm repairing it, and you know what couple of ideas I've got to repair it. So, please give me some suggestions about these ukulele bodies. I want to know what I can do with them. You know, I'm kind of running out of ideas. I think I've done pretty much everything. Okay, so next project will be the guitar bridge repair. Next shop update for April. No idea what's going to be in that just yet. So, in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other, and we will see you soon. Peace out.